Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. Hi guys. Just a little PSA. I'm like sitting kind of outside, kind of in a back room or whatnot. So you might get an echo, you might get some noise from outside, you might get both. Alright. Now let's just breeze past the periodic table. Y'all can go ahead and study that thing because the creator actually wanted me to talk about something different. Initially, my topic was about something else earlier. But I have been guided to have the conversation of learning how to properly accept your instructions, right? There are, and we've talked about, there being levels, there being this hierarchy in the spiritual world and how it translates down into the 3D, and sometimes it doesn't fully acclimate yet, right? We need things to take time. Great things take time. And the relationship between the spiritual and the physical is based off of multiple things, right? You get instructions. Your soul has instructions, right? And then your body has instructions, and then you have free will, right? So your ability to withdraw from your own free will is, we know, right? This is submission. But what's happening is you're allowing the creator, you're allowing the universe to drive your vehicle. And this can be anywhere or anything from going to the store at the time that he's telling you to, picking the right career, and just simply being obedient, right? Because this all falls under obedience, following your instincts, being patient, and pretty much just being in alignment with what the creator has spoke over your soul, right? Your soul can literally end up anywhere. If the creator wanted to make you a dog, if he wanted to make you a fly, if he wanted to make you the light bulb that's on the street corner, right? Your energy can literally have been transferred to anything, but he allowed you as a human to take form as one of his most intelligent beings, his most intelligent creation, right? Now, of course, there's this debate about aliens being God, and then, aliens being smarter. However you want to finagle that bagel, go ahead. I'm not debating that. What I am refuting, however, is that a lot of us confuse our free will and our own desires with the instructions that came with our soul, right? Now, we've had the discussion about, your soul or you taking on the path of the higher or the lower self, right? Neither one of them are wrong. Both of them belong to you, and your vibration is going to allow you to go either way. Then there's this middle passage, right? We get this thing where we come out of the slums, we elevate way beyond what our environment has to offer, and we can see where it is that the creator wants to take us, but we're like back and forth. I can attest to that. This is something that I've definitely experienced. Every time I have a dark night of the soul or some type of ascension, I'm reminded of how far I've come, and then I'm like, okay, I can stop here. And then you get this unease in your spirit, and it's like, no, you can't. The creator can make it so, that, okay, you want to stop. That's your choice, right? I don't suggest it. If the Creator is calling you to do something, it would behoove you to answer, because anything less than or other than is not going to feel good. You'll feel uncomfortable because there's more for you to do. You have more to accomplish. There are more things for you to learn in this space, in this time. People can die and come back here all the time, right? Same dimension, different time, right? So that matters. The time that you're here is not a capsule, but it's kind of like, okay, this is a time and it's reserved for a particular amount of souls. And if your soul is here, the Creator wants you to do something in particular. It may be small to you, it may be big to you. That part doesn't matter. The size doesn't matter. What it is, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Did you follow the instructions of your soul? Again, that can look like anything. Only you know what the Creator is telling you, right? And this is not even the original topic we were supposed to have, but I think the Creator wants to talk about this simply because a lot of us, we know what we're supposed to be doing. We just don't know how to start. We don't know how to get there. Some of us are in toxic environments. Some of us are environments that don't cultivate and support our gifts, right? Some of us don't even hear or see the signs of the Creator. So everyone has a different scenario as to why they're not following the instructions that the Creator gave them. But here's the good thing. You're always going to be put in a place that forces you to be uncomfortable so you can work on yourself. So no matter, even if you hear it or if you don't hear the instructions, if you don't see, if you don't know it, because we all have different ways of communicating with the Creator, your environment is telling. If you're so comfortable that you don't feel the need to change, something's wrong. Either that or you're about to die. I'm sorry to say it like that, but it's just that simple, right? No matter what, your soul is always looking to evolve, always looking to journey, always looking to learn and grow and be propelled into spaces that will allow you to be one of the best versions of yourself, if not the best. And in some cases, if you are in the wrong environment, you can pick up the energy of someone else and start doing what they're supposed to be doing. So this is why it's important to go in the direction, to be in an environment where everyone's going in the same direction or at least a similar direction. This is why it's important to be around people who are spiritually connected to you, not just physically, right? The Creator has people that He created to help you get to your journey and you to help them. Those are the people you need to be tapped in. And some of those relationships don't, really require much effort. They just come together. Others require little work because you have transcended with them from a different timeline, a different reality, right? So this all goes back to, are you listening? Are you in tune? Do you even want to read the instructions? Some people don't want to do what God, is telling them to do because it's so far off from what they're used to that it's so uncomfortable. And people don't like to be uncomfortable. But as we know, where growth is, that's where your uncomfortability lies also. So you have to be willing to move in ways that don't even make sense to you. But if you allow the Creator to provide you with what's necessary, then you will be able to move in a way that you will be at peace and at ease. Not all the time. I mean, it's just like the parent-child dynamic, right? Your parent gives you chores and then you get an allowance at the end of the week or the month or whatever. You don't want to do the chores, but you want the reward. So you do the chores, and then after a while you notice yourself just doing it out of force of habit, just doing it because it's become a part of your routine, doing it simply because you know if you don't do it, not only are you not going to get your allowance, you're going to catch hell also. And this is the same dynamics with the Creator, but even deeper, because He literally knows everything about you. If you're not a believer, this is not for you. This is one of those topics that's specifically for people who knows that God wants them to do something in particular, and they're struggling with figuring out how to navigate that. Your soul came with instructions, so you don't have to do anything outside of what God wants you to do in order to get where you want to go. Because trust and believe me, if you are in alignment, your desires were placed on you by the Creator. You don't have to worry about that. Matter of fact, all of your desires were placed on you by the Creator. Okay? Yeah, these are cycles and these are curses that are generational and bloodline based. The Creator removes anything He wants to. He keeps everything He wants to. It's not really up to us. You know, this is why we have to follow the instructions, because the more you follow along and you're obedient, the easier things are. You know, the less strain you have on your life, on your spirit, on your mind, and things will start to flow. And just because it doesn't look the way you want it to, doesn't mean that you're not doing it right. Let's also keep that in mind. God may want you broke for 3 years. He may want you broke for 1 year. He may want you broke for 5 years. He may not want you to have a job. He may not want you to be in a relationship. He may not want you to have children. He may not want you to have any friends. He may not want you to eat fast food. Whatever it is that is allowing you to be in the space that you're in is because that's exactly what it is that He wants, so He can work on your spirit to make sure that you have the proper instructions, to make sure that it's His instructions that you're reading and not your own. Yes, spells can be thrown at you. People can hex you and curse you and try to, force you to navigate in the wrong direction. But as long as you are connected to the Creator, there is no devil in hell that can cause you to leave God, to leave the Creator. Whatever the Creator wants done, it will get done. You better believe it. And if that means your ass have to be drugged all the way down to the water, right? And you're the horse that have to be forced to drink, you'll drink it. If God wants you to drink, He'll stick your whole body in there, not your face. You'll be forced, okay? Because you'll be put under circumstances that will leave you with no choice but to do what it is that He's calling you to do. And some people get backed into a wall like that. That is for different reasons. Some people are disobedient. Some people don't believe in God. Some people are procrastinators. They're lazy. Some people simply don't understand the significance of what God wants them to do. All of those things are different, right? But the overall gist is that God gives your spirit instructions, and He has a destination. He has a clock. He has a purpose. Everything in your spirit has been written by the Creator. You don't have to worry yourself, okay? Don't allow your worries and your what looks like stagnation, because remember, to be in alignment means you have to be on time. That means you have to be at the right place at the right time with the right people for the right reasons. All of those things have to be in tandem with one another. It's not just about one of those things. It's about all of them working in congruence, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I do love y'all. I hope y'all are drinking y'all water, eating y'all fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea. Why? Because it's fruit Don't be scared. God got you. Love you.